stuff running down that river for 150 miles that's killed all the wildlife in the river. We'll come back to that later. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. The chair now recognizes Representative Rosendale for 5 minutes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. And also I'd like to thank Congressman Graves and Congressman Yakum for introducing these critical bills aimed at restoring the NEPA process to its original intent rather than allowing it to continue as a bureaucratic tool to obstruct economic development. The statements from my colleagues across the aisle would leave you to believe that without NEPA, there is no permitting or oversight required for projects, completely ignoring the fact that the states that these projects are located in have their own permitting processes that projects have to go through before NEPA is even considered. So this is a complete duplication of efforts, and it's a piling of additional bureaucracy on top of the states already doing their own work. And as Mr. Chair has said many, many, many times, with the highest standards around the world, with the highest standards around the world. In my home state of Montana, the overreach of the NEPA process impacts every sector, delaying vital infrastructure projects, hindering energy production, wildfire protection, and agriculture. Montanans feel the effect of this weaponized process in every aspect of their lives. Chairman Westerman's bill, which enforces timelines and requires litigants to base lawsuits on previously submitted comments, will provide much-needed predictability. This measure will prevent delays, whether intentional or unintentional, from undermining important projects. In Montana, 3 coal mines are currently facing seemingly indefinite delays on their EISs, well beyond the point where these mines have enough permitted coal to continue their operations. 2 of these mines, Spring Creek and Rosebud, are major economic drivers in my district, employing hundreds of Montanans and generating millions of dollars in federal, state, local taxes and royalties, including major employment opportunities to members of the Crow tribe. This bill will ensure that future applicants don't face the same bureaucratic stonewalling. As currently construed, the NEPA process creates uncertainty and stifles progress in my district. Radical environmental groups supported by weaponized bureaucracy have targeted key economic drivers, leaving communities uncertain about how they provide energy, food, and infrastructure, especially in sparsely populated areas, of which my district has many. I also want to touch on Congressman Yakum's bill to help level the playing field and increase transparency by requiring CEQ to publish an annual report on frequent litigants and their reasons for suing. This will give NEPA applicants a clear understanding of the legal landscape and help Congress monitor the implementation of necessary NEPA reforms. I want to go right to Mr. Jenkins. As someone representing a district that relies heavily on co-ops for electricity, can you explain how rising inflation has affected your business and the cost passed on to your consumers?
Yes, sir. Every aspect of our business has been affected by inflation, and I can point to one particular example, transformers, something that we use every day to serve customers. Cost 4 times more today than they did pre-COVID.
And how much additional efficiency are those transformers going to provide?
They provide the same exact amount of efficiency.
Yeah. So as you increase your capacity, which I'm sure that you are, what obstacles have the renewable energy mandates caused for you and your consumers in reference to intermittent reliability and cost?
That's that one more time.
As you increase your capacity so that you can produce, more, what obstacles have the renewable energy mandates caused for you and your consumers in reference to intermittent reliability and cost?
So electric co-ops are trying to meet the demands, as you stated, and we're trying to do it with all the tools that we have at our disposal, traditional tools, to renewables as well. And as we look at those hurdles that are placed in front of us through these processes or other regulatory processes, it is very, very difficult as a power provider to be, have any sort of predictability, any sort of reasonableness, any sort of expectation of timeliness in the delivery of these projects,
So are the mandates driving your cost up?
and they are driving our costs up.
And because you're being, the mandates are also for renewable resources, are you having to back those intermittent resources of electric generation up with other sources?
That's the way the generation has to work. I mean, the sun doesn't shine at night, and solar panels, which are our basic renewable energy in Georgia, is very intermittent. Cloud cover, storms, those sorts of things. We've got to have the backup generation there through traditional sources to provide that power through the intermittency of solar
Very good.
panels and others.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you all being here. Mr. Chair, I yield back.
Thank you very much. Before we go on to the next member, I ask unanimous consent to enter into the record the Justice 40 initiative published by the Biden-Harris White House. The Biden-Harris White House has formally published the Justice 40 initiative multiple times, pushing to eliminate reliable energy sources. Without objection, it will be entered. We will now recognize Representative Boebert for 5 minutes.